The Zalvari Dominion had not lost a war in 500 cycles. Their fleets of organic warships swept across galaxies, consuming resistance like fire devours dry leaves. To them, conquest was a simple rhythm: arrive, intimidate, bombard, assimilate. Civilizations begged for mercy before their cannons even fired. Admiral HFY, commander of the 7th Spear, leaned back in his command pod as the fleet drifted through the dust clouds of the Orion Arm. Around him, bio-organic cruisers pulsed with living light, their tendrils stretching across void like predatory leviathans. His fleet had shattered 6 colonies in 12 days. No losses, no resistance worth mentioning. "We are approaching the soul expanse," his navigator hissed, bioluminescent eyes blinking in ritual acknowledgement. Another primitive system, unworthy of record. HFY bared his teeth in amusement. Another meal for the Dominion. The records of the conquered piled high, crystalline theory, broken. The proud Rayleigh swarms, enslaved. The Ankar with their light-harvesting towers, extinguished. None had withstood the Dominion's power. Why would this soul system be different? The arrogance of inevitability hung over the fleet like a cloak, but fate was about to show its cruelty. The first sign of anomaly came when the fleet's long-range sensors reported nothing. No surrender transmissions, no desperate hails, no cries of mercy, only silence. HFY frowned. Silence meant defiance. "Bring us closer. Let them see us." The fleet surged forward, stars bending across their hulls. As they neared the third planet, blue-green, scarred with storm systems, an object appeared. Small by Dominion standards. Metallic, angular, unliving. A warship. It hung in orbit like a sentinel. Matte black armor drank the starlight. Faint veins of blue energy pulsed across its surface. Its silhouette was brutal, functional, without elegance. "Primitive vessel," one of HFY's lieutenants hissed. "Hardly worth notice." But then the ship moved. Not drifting, not retreating. It advanced. Slowly, deliberately, like a predator. "What designation?" HFY barked. The translators struggled, then spat out alien markings scrawled on its hull. USS Retribution. A chill crept through the admiral's spines. The human warship broadcast no warnings. No declarations. Only silence. And then, its weapons powered up. The Dominion fleet opened fire first. Plasma lances streaked across the void, cascading into the human ship's shields. The void lit with fire, but the Retribution did not burn. It endured. Armor flared, shields crackled, but its hull held firm, like stone against the tide. Then came the reply. The Retribution unleashed tungsten rods at near-relativistic velocity. A Dominion cruiser disintegrated instantly, its organic mass exploding into lifeless spores. Seconds later, a railgun salvo tore a battle carrier in half, its living heart exposed to the void. The Dominion reeled. "Impossible!" cried the lieutenant. "It is one vessel." Yet it fought like a fleet. Human doctrine was unlike any HFY had witnessed. The Dominion swarmed their enemies, overwhelming them with numbers. The humans relied on precision. Every strike was deliberate, every maneuver ruthless. They did not waste motion. They did not hesitate, and they did not fear. For hours the battle raged. The Retribution danced through the Dominion armada, bleeding but unbroken. Where it turned, death followed. And the aliens began to feel something they had not felt in centuries: doubt. The battle reached its climax when HFY, desperate, ordered a full-scale charge. His entire fleet converged on the lone human warship, determined to bury it in fire and fury. But as the Retribution staggered under the onslaught, a transmission finally came through. A human voice, calm, cold, unyielding. "This is Captain Elias Ward of the United Terran Navy. You will not pass. This world is under human protection. You think yourselves conquerors. You are mistaken. You are prey." The Dominion hesitated. It was madness. No one spoke to them like this. No one dared. And yet the humans' words carried weight, not arrogance, but certainty. The Retribution's engines roared. Its experimental zero-point reactor flared, overclocking weapons far beyond safe thresholds. Shields collapsed. Armor melted. But the warship refused to die. It rammed straight into the Dominion's flagship. The explosion tore the stars apart. When the fire cleared, silence reigned. The retribution was gone. So was half of HFY's fleet. The unthinkable had happened. One human warship had halted the Dominion's march. Survivors limped back to Dominion space, whispering of the nightmare. Of a primitive species that did not bow. Of a single warship that shattered fleets. Of humans who smiled at death and called it victory. Admiral HFY, broken but alive, sat in silence as he delivered his report. His superiors mocked him at first. How could one vessel matter? But then came other reports. Other fleets. Other battles. Human ships emerging from asteroid belts, striking like assassins. Human marines boarding carriers with fire in their eyes. Human colonies refusing to surrender, fighting tooth and nail until the last breath. A new phrase spread across Dominion space, whispered in fear, "Do not provoke the Terrans." Because humanity had shown the galaxy something terrifying. They were not conquerors. They were survivors. And survivors are the hardest to kill.